You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network. You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
Full of cash, just seen a big old
JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Just seen a big old
Giving you that grease.
Waking you back up early in the morning. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're having some fun. I got my man Daniel Cameron. He's out in Arizona. We can hear him in the background. Looks like you're in the helicopter, man. How you doing?
Oh, does it?
Yeah, but it's all good.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. It's a Saturday morning. NBA Finals, going to be talking some NBA, and I got him in studio this morning. He pulled up too. My main man, Mark Hayes, station director here, KSHP, AM 1400. Good morning, Mark.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Let's go.
I'm telling you, the NBA last night was shocking. The dog was barking. Plus 1.5. Wasn't a lot of money to be made, but we will talk about it. The Mavericks and the Celtics. Celtics going back out to Boston on Monday. So without further ado, Daniel, I'm going to bring your microphone down. We're going to take a short commercial break. You guys rock out this morning with me with a little bit of that ludicrous, because this Saturday, that's right, we're talking some picks. Got some baseball picks, just a few things to put some cash in your pocket this June weekend. So you keep it locked here with me, JB the Ticket, and Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're going to do one thing. That's get the money.
like I don't make clouds.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
Act like I don't rock crowds.
JP the Ticket.
Smile. If I recollect right, then you sound like dirt. But I guess you don't really know don't hurt. With a vest and a pump, you're the side.
Get ready to laugh the night away. World-famous comedian D.L. Hughley is bringing his hilarious show to the Pearl Concert Theater at the Palms Casino in Las Vegas on July 5th, 2024. As one of the original kings of comedy, D.L. promises an unforgettable evening of sharp wit and uproarious humor.
Even the way that we deal with the weather is different. Like, white folk cannot take the heat. Oh, Lord, hot. It's sweltering. Black folk, we can handle the heat because we grew up with no air conditioning. Mama's going to be hot today. Well, run in there and close them drapes. You're hot because you're moving around. Now sit still.
Doors open at 8 p.m., so don't miss your chance to see a comedy legend live. For more ticket information, call 702-221-1200. It's a night you won't want to miss.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Steiner's, the Nevada style pub invites you to play the best tavern, keno, and video poker in Vegas. Promos are how we roll to make the most of your gaming dollars here with us. Come play our proud partner gaming promotion, Fly Aviators Fly, and receive daily free play, bonuses, and more. With a chance to win awesome brand of prizes and big money for all the jackpots each week. It's not only great gaming that Steiner's Pub has, it's the 24 awesome rotating draft beers and Vegas' best appetizers to match. So join us in supporting your Las Vegas Aviators, Golden Knights, Lights, Aces, and the Raiders as we make history in Vegas. Steiner's, the Nevada style pub at 8410 West Cheyenne, 1750 North Buffalo, and Las Vegas Boulevard at Windmill. Steiner's, I love this place.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
More fire, more heat.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JP the Ticket. Giving you that grease. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Always spitting that explosive fire.
Back at you live on the line with you, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Thank you guys for waking up this Saturday morning with me here. KSHP, AM 1400, 107.1 FM, VSX Digital Sports Networks, iHeart, Spotify, you name it, I am there. You guys got to follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Daniel Cameron, are you locked in the line with me here? I see you got that background noise taken away. How you doing?
Yes, sir, I am. Yeah, I had it on mute.
There you go. Well, you know, I thought that you had the background noise out of the way. But again, so glad to have you here with us this morning. Let's talk this NBA. The Boston Celtics are now only up 3-1. I thought the brooms were going to come out last night. I made a bet. It costed me. But, Daniel, we talked about this NBA Finals the Western Conference. The Mavericks, in my opinion, they were a dog that's barking. They made it there, but they did not come out with any sort of fire. They've got to win 4 more or 3 more, whatever. I don't see it happening, especially going back to Boston. Boston is -7 coming up on Monday. We'll get into this a little bit with you tomorrow, but just your thoughts, the Dallas Mavericks. Was this a game where the NBA said, look, you guys got to win one to keep that sponsor money going, or were the Dallas Mavericks really motivated? Because Jason Kidd looked a little lost on the sideline again last night, and he's lucky that the Celtics didn't show up. Taking that win down, talking about those Mavericks, 122-84, only +1.5. Go ahead, Daniel, and then you got to go back on mute because you're flying through the air like Iron Man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm driving, but yeah. So I think I think they were definitely motivated, especially after the reporter called out Luka. But he was spot on. I mean, Luka's a liability on defense. He's just kind of out of shape for being at the end of the year here, and he just, his complaining for the rest is just ridiculous.
Right. I mean, when you talk about the Euro guys, the issue with them is the defense. And when you say Luka can drop 40, 50, 60 points going over to you, Mark, do you think that that's going to be a continued issue with the Mavericks here, that lack of defense? Last night, the offensive scoring was absolutely bananas across the board with the team. But the reality is, just like Daniel just brought up, Luka Doncic does not play defense. I haven't seen him stop anyone. If you look at his stat sheet, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I see 5 rebounds, 5 assists, but I don't see any steals. I don't see any blocks. This guy's a 6'7" alleged point guard, and he's playing FIBA ball out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's always been his game. His game has always been get to the basket and trot back. I'm not going to get back on defense. Give me the ball. Let me score points. The other 4 guys, hopefully they can pick up the slack. Luka's never played defense, and everybody knows he's not a defender. So this game here was just kind of a money game, sponsor game. Anytime you shoot 36% from the field and 34% from the 3-point line, you're not going to win a lot of games. Right. It doesn't matter if it's the finals, if it's the regular season. And in turn, Dallas shot 50% from the field and 40% from the 3-point line. Luka was 0 for 8 from the 3-point line. So when you start thinking about this game, it just was a game that we don't want the team to get swept. So Boston, come out, play flat, and let Dallas win one at home. This will be their only win. And this series will be wrapped up on Monday.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, the Celtics, #1 seed in the East. I don't see any reason they won't win this series and get a championship. Jason Tatum, a young man,
in a row,
trying to get it going. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
It is not a question that they're going to win Monday. Even if Boston shoots a little bit better than they did in the last game, they'll come out because their defense is better. They struggled offensively, JB. They struggled offensively. I mean, right. Jason Tatum had 15 points. Al Horford had 3 points. Holiday had 10 points. Brown had 10 points, and White had 6 points. They had 2 or 3 players off the bench that had more points than the starting 5. So when you think about that and how this team distributes the ball around, usually you see Boston starting 5 all in double figures. All Jaylen Brown been averaging about 24, 25 points in this series. This was a game where Boston said, we don't really want to play and win this series in Dallas.
Right.
Let's go back to Boston. Let's win it in front of our fans, and we're going to send Dallas back home just like where they deserve. They was going to get 1. Everybody predicted 1, but we just didn't know what game that was going to be, and it was Game 4.
There you go. Going back over to you, Daniel Cameron, your thoughts on the Monday matchup. You got Dallas coming in the dog position at +7, Boston -7, 209. Boston very expensive on the money line at -300. Dallas +240. It's a hard sell for me to tell anyone to go with the Dallas Mavericks. Again, that rotation number 509 +7 +230. If you like them in the points, I don't think these guys are going to be able to even cover the +15. I think Boston at rotation number 510 at -7 wants to have a statement win. So there is no question whether or not they're dominant. And again, Jason Tatum working to be the face of the league. You got Jaylen Brown working to be that sidekick. I don't see any reason why, again, in concurring with Mark, that the Boston Celtics just don't blow these guys out on Monday night. Put the cash in your pocket. Don't even go with the dog here. And if you're scared, buy the Celtics back. That's going to be expensive anyway. Dan Cameron, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty close to about 7 or 5 minutes left in the fourth. Then I think, the Celtics are probably going to use that home crowd, get a couple of threes, and then they're going to go ahead and, end up winning by like 12 or make it look more lopsided than it really was. But, yeah, I think the Celtics ended.
There you go. That's what it is. Daniel, you stay on the line with me. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Got Mark Hayes in the studio with me. Daniel Cameron. Follow him on the Expert at DSportsLedger. I think there's an underscore there. Mark Hayes, tell them where they can find you at, man, and also talk about some of those cool tickets that we got here on your shopping show Monday through Friday, 9 to 10 a.m. Mark Hayes is giving the best deals out here in Las Vegas. That's why we need you guys constantly listening to KSHP 107.1 FM and AM 1400. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, yeah. You can KSHP.com. Find the best deals if you're coming to Las Vegas. Or if you're in Las Vegas, make sure you check out our website, KSHP.com. You can find all the great deals. I mean, we got show tickets. We got concert tickets, residencies. We got sporting events. I just got a season tickets for UNLV basketball, UNLV football. So if you're a local and you're looking to save a few dollars and keep some cash in your pocket like JV say, check out KSHP.com and you can find some great deals on restaurants, travel, show tickets, and more. So check out our website, the best deals in Vegas.
That's it, the best deals in Vegas. When we get back from this short commercial break, we're giving you the best picks in America, the #1 sports betting show on Good Pods. Again, check me out, Vegas Scoreboard Express Live, jbtheticket.com. When I get back from this break, we're getting straight to the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease. Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
More fire, more heat.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Turn that shit off. Giving you that grease.
Back at you live, 107.1 FM, AM 1400, Vegas Scoreboard Express. JB the Ticket, that's who I am. Again, go to my website, jbtheticket.com. Get all the cool deals, Fubo TV, Paramount Plus. I've got everything you need. Daniel Cameron on the line with me, DSportsLedger. You can follow him over at DSportsLedger.store. He's got picks, he's got T-shirts, he's got all kinds of cool stuff for you. That's why we dropped a little bit of grease on him. Want to jump into a little bit of hockey here. Shout out to my main man, Legal Lee and the Stargazer. They were sending over some hockey picks last night. And the Stargazer thinks that the Edmonton Oilers are going to win it at home tonight, -122. Or can the Florida Panthers pick it up at +102? Again, rotation number 17, Florida Panthers heading back up to Canada. Rotation number 018. Daniel Cameron, starting this one off with you. I know you're still locked in with the hockey here. What happened to the Florida Panthers, man? These guys got to the Stanley Cup final, and then bad things started happening. Tonight, they're +102. Total in this game is 5.5 goals scored. So I think that maybe some defense will be in play for the Edmonton Oilers if they're going to win it. -122 if you want Edmonton on the money line. But go ahead, Daniel Cameron. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you think that the Edmonton Oilers can go ahead and take this down? Go ahead.
I told you a month ago the Panthers were going to win it all on the show. I've been saying it for a month or maybe even longer. So it looks like I am going to be right about that. But, yeah, I mean, I do like the Oilers. It's so hard to sweep a team in hockey, especially in the finals. So I do like the Oilers, but I think just like the Celtics, the Panthers win it in Game 5.
There you go. I mean, when you go into it, like I said, from a hockey perspective, I look at it to say, where is the value in this play? If you like the Oilers at home to avoid the sweep, you got to take them as the favorite. And in hockey, there really is no way to operate with that. If you go from the +1.5, -1.5 goal line, who do you think is going to be able to get inside of that? I kind of do like Florida in a small dog position. If you can take them +1.5, +2.5 on the goal line. I'll go over to you, Mark Hayes. Do you think Florida could shockingly maybe win this? I know hockey's a little bit different. They party wherever. You got those crazy ladies up in Edmonton with the T-shirt pulls, and then you got the one lady dancing way off the beat and everything, but they have been going viral up in Edmonton for their fandom. Do you think Florida can compete against that and maybe shock the world and get this sweep? Go ahead.
I mean, it's like the basketball series we got with Boston. If the TV sponsors are in play, Oilers come out. I think this game is going to be won in that first period. Let's see who plays and the hardest. I think that's where it's going to be won. And Florida's just a better team. I've watched the last few games. I think Florida's just is a better team overall. I think the Oilers, if they're going to win a game, it'll be tonight. If they lose tonight, the series is over, of course. But if they do go back to Florida, it's going to be a series where Florida's going to hoist that Stanley Cup.
There you go, the Stanley Cup in play tonight. If you want to make a little money, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Rotation number 017, the Florida Panthers. I'm taking these guys in the dog position. There's no reason I'm not going to do that. Again, Daniel Cameron, throwing this one back to you. Do you like the totals here, the puck line? Who do you like? Do you think that the Edmonton Oilers can get you that -122 as a home favorite? Should be a home dog, but that is Florida, where I'm going with the 017. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, I do like, what did you say the over was? I'm sorry. Give me the over again.
5.5 is the total. Do you think it'll be a defensive scrum, or they're going to get at the net?
Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I thought you said something else. Okay, yeah, I think tonight's going to be high scoring. The Oilers, like I said, the Panthers have the better team. The Oilers have the Stars. And I think the Stars are going to play good tonight. I think the Oilers probably cover the -1.5. I think it goes over, maybe like a 5-2 game, something like that.
There you go, 5-2, talking about it. Let's jump into a little bit of baseball. Baseball Saturday, again, being brought to you by our friends over at Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. I'm giving you 15% off, 7 days free. You hear me tell you every weekend, people. Why are you not signing up? We've got all the premium channels, local news, some of the times that you have that little antenna that they get from the cheap store, and your local TV station pops out. Well, you don't have to worry about that with Fubo TV. You're getting 15% off, a very low price, no credit check, no deposit, no box to install. You literally download the app, you sign up with my link. Again, FuboTV.com/JB. So going into a little bit of baseball here, we were talking about them. We thought they were going to hold on, but things went downhill. The Oakland Athletics, rotation number 961 in the American League today. 26-46, that's what I'm talking about. That record, absolutely terrible. Supposed to be coming out here to Vegas. Doesn't look like they're picking up any more winning ways here. Early season now to midseason. They are getting back to their old form. Joey Estes on the mound, a right-hander going up against the Minnesota Twins, who are 6 games over 500. Been on a little bit of a slide themselves. Bailey Ober, -200. He's on the mound, a right-hander. Rotation number 962, the Minnesota Twins. Going to throw this one over to you, Daniel Cameron. When you talk about these Oakland Athletics, you know they're supposed to be moving, coming here to the Las Vegas area. Is there an issue, though, with the way that things are going in Oakland? Or the reason they're losing because of lack of fans, lack of players? What is it about this team that just can't get over the hump and start winning games consistently? 35-37 on the run line, 19-18 on the road, 11-26 on the road straight up. I mean, that ain't going to get it done. It's costing people a lot of money, and we're expecting them to get better here because we don't want to pick up another issue from Oakland as far as transferring their sports team here and be losing. Talking about these Oakland Athletics today, they're on the line today in a dog position at plus 168. Do you think they got a chance? Daniel Cameron, go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of rare for me to ever say something like this, but I think they need one more, like, really solid hitter, like the Diamondbacks picked up Jock Peterson. They need one more solid hitter, like you say, right down the middle of the road, and they just need just one little thing to kind of make those close games go to wins instead of losses.
Right, that's what I'm telling you. They got to get something here, because I've seen them be scrappy. Going over to you, Mark Hayes, you talk about these Oakland Athletics. Joey Estes on the mound. When I look at his stats, nothing too bad, nothing too great, but you got to say to yourself, how do you allow a guy to come in with a 4.67 ERA, get a start, and then you price this game at an 8? Okay, total is an 8 here. I'm looking at maybe playing with that total, possibly going over here. I think the Minnesota Twins are going to be playing bat happy at the plate today. Minus 205, very expensive. But if you look at it from the perspective of the run line, you may be able to find some value there. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you guys are both talking about the Athletics. I got to tell you one thing real quick about the Athletics. It's not the actual team that's bad. It's the ownership. When they improve their ownership and start spending some money, they'll get those quality players. And this team is not a bad team. They just got a bad ownership group when Fisher and his staff and the people that work under him. But the Oakland Athletics, again, I'm excited to have them here in Vegas. And, this team is struggling, and they will struggle until their ownership kind of starts spending some more money and getting some names and some players to where they can have a solid roster. Until they do that, this team will stay in the doghouse.
Well, there it is. I'm telling you, today in that dog position. Who do you like, Mark? Rotation number 961. Do you think the Athletics can kind of keep it close? I'm looking at it from the perspective of saying, look, you guys have to remain competitive in your division. Plus 1.5 gets you minus 115. If you take them in the full dog to win money line, win by 1, lose by none, can get you plus 75. 2:10 p.m. Pacific time. So this one is going to be a little bit of an early afternoon game if you want to play around with some money. Who do you like in this one?
Taking the Twins and under. Take the
under. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking the Twins money line. Daniel Cameron, what say ye? Do you like the Oakland Athletics? Can you buy them up to maybe say a 2.5 and they keep it close? Or are we going to be looking at a situation where Joey Estes is getting smacked out of the park again? Go ahead.
Like you say, the A's, they always keep it close, but I'm with you guys. The Twins are just so good this year, so, I mean, you got to take the Twins today.
There you go. That's a smart move. Moving along to another matchup here. I've been looking at these guys for the past couple of months, been winning some cash with them, talking about those Philadelphia Phillies. Shout out my main man, Naeem the Dream. Philadelphia native living here in Las Vegas. Big fan of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every week. And my main man, Linwood Hard Rock Hamilton, defender of the youth. Came on my show a couple of weeks ago when I filled in for T.C. Martin, the T.C. Martin Show. The voice of the Las Vegas Aces. You can catch him every weekday here, 2 to 4 p.m. right here on KSHP 107.1 FM. So Philadelphia Phillies, 973 is the rotation number. They're in a dog position today. I couldn't be happier. Plus 150. They got Taijuan Walker on the mound, a right-hander. 8.5 is the total, going up against another tough team. Shout out to Scotty Beam 'em up Webb on this one. This is an interleague play. The Baltimore Orioles, talking about a northeastern battle here, riding around in that swampy area. Minus 178 is their money line play. Grayson Rodriguez on the mound hasn't been too bad. Talk about the Phillies record, 47-22, 20-12 on the road. Not too bad if you talk about a dog position, but the Baltimore Orioles have been protecting home pretty well. 23-14, 45-24 overall. Daniel Cameron throwing this one at you. Can the Phillies get you some dog money today at 150 on the money line playing against Baltimore in this interleague play? I like both of the teams being good, but again, it's those nuances, and I like the Phillies. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Phillies can because they have the bats, man, and they are just hitting it. They're hitting so good this year. But Walker has gotten so bad over the last couple of years. Man, if he can't keep him in the game, then it's going to go the Oilers' way.
You mean the Orioles? You said the Oilers. You tried to correct yourself and went right down the hole.
That's a tough one for me.
Man, there you go. Ain't too mad at you. Now, when you talk about it from that perspective here, you go back to what you were talking about, the hitting of the Philadelphia Phillies. This is a team that plays very, very good on the mound. So if Taijuan starts getting a little bit shaky, maybe say by the third inning, you got 5 runs on the board with the Baltimore Orioles. Do you think they pull him and then we get an early bullpen game where they have to rely on the bats? Going over to you, Mark Hayes. Do you like that the Phillies are in a dog position today? And just like he said, if Taijuan gets a little bit wild, they got to yank him early. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you one thing. Like I said, I don't, the Phillies, only reason I follow the Phillies and I talk about him is Harper. Local kid from Vegas.
There you go.
And anytime he's playing and some money's involved as far as betting, I'm going with the Phillies in this one just because of the local kid, Bryce Harper. I'm a big fan of Bryce Harper. I've talked to him and interviewed him before. And Phillies against the Orioles. I'm saying the Oilers.
I got everybody.
He's saying the Oilers, but it's the Orioles. I'm taking Philly in this one. I just like their bats, and I'm a big fan of Bryce Harper's.
There you go. There you go. Talking about the swinging hits of the Philadelphia Phillies. Bryce Harper, bring home that dog money line for us here at KSHP. Let's move into another game here with a team that, again, scrappy. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. My hometown New York Mets. Now, this is my favorite New York team. Rotation number 956 going against my second home in California. Talking about those San Diego Padres. Used to walk by Petco Park every single day back in the day. Rotation number 955. Adam Mazur is on the mound, plus 102 in the dog position. You always got to look at the dog when you're playing my Mets, though, because sometimes the Mets like to, fall around and play a little bit. But 31 and 37, slowly clawing their way back, getting closer to 500, playing a team that's one game over 500. Daniel Cameron, they got Jose Quintana on the mound today, left-hander for the Mets. Rotation number 951, minus 120. Do you think that the Mets can pull out some cash here today at home in a short favorite position? Should be a dog in my position, in my opinion. See, you guys got me doing it, but 8.5 is the total. Daniel Cameron, 30 seconds. We'll take a short commercial break. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't. If I can, I'm going to go against the Mets. Sorry.
Going against my hometown Mets. Adam Mazur is on the mound for San Diego. He's known to give up a couple of runs today. Mark Hayes, let's talk about it. Do you think that the San Diego Padres are going to be able to get another game over 500, or are we going to see these guys start slipping back and hopefully do that slip up against my hometown Mets? Go ahead.
Yeah, I like that run. Under 8.5. I'm rolling with the San Diego Padres. I'm a West Coast guy, and I think they're going to come out and smack New York around a little bit.
There you go, man. He was like, hey, look, the West Coast homies is coming back to take the flag. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. When I get back from this short commercial break, we're going to give you more picks jumping around. Might talk a little bit of this WNBA. Shout out to the Aces last night. These guys were able to take down that great win against the Phoenix Mercury, right? Is that who they were playing? There you go. Yeah, Brittany Griner. Yeah, because I saw Brittany Griner 9 feet tall, missing layups. I ain't going to talk about Taurasi. I remember her from back in the day. She nice. And she got cousins and uncles.
UConn.
Yes, that's right. Cousins and uncles out there. But, I was just disappointed in the effort that I saw from Brittany Griner. 8 feet tall, you're bigger than everybody, you're not getting rebounds, your hands down by your waist, missing layups, doing excellent drop step post moves, and then throwing it to the crowd. When I get back from this commercial break, we're going to talk a little WNBA. Keep it locked here with me, JB the Ticket. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
STN Sports is the only sports betting app you need this season. STN Sports has it all. In-play betting, mobile parlay cards, the Play Plus card to fund and withdraw from anywhere in Nevada, and the latest lines on every game. STN Sports even lets you earn rewards on every bet. Safe and easy betting from your phone or tablet. Go to stationcasinosports.com or sign up at any Station Casino, Fiesta Wildfire, or the El Cortez. Details at the sportsbooks.
This football season, stay in the game with Fubo TV. Over 100 live channels, including NFL Network, NBA TV, and FS1. Don't miss any of the action. Get 7 days free on us at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Yo. You're in the mix. World's finest, man.
You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss. The Mixmaster is live. Get ready.
You're listening to the boss of the big boss. JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that crazy.
Back at you live, JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express in studio with me, my main man Mark Hayes, station director here, KSHP.com. Also gets into a little bit of the sports handicapping with me, my man Daniel Cameron from DSportsLedger out in Sedona, Arizona. Let's talk a little bit of WNBA, guys, because it has been a flip-flop of a season in the WNBA. Last year's champions, the Las Vegas Aces, have been dealing with some troubles on the court. But we have some rookies out there. You got Caitlin Clark. You got Cameron Brink. You got Angel Reese. You got a lot of young ladies out there that are really playing some good basketball. But talking about the leaders in the WNBA, you got the Connecticut Sun and the New York Liberty right neck and neck at 1-2, 11-1, 11-2. And then you slide down here, the Las Vegas Aces getting back on the top side of 500 with that win over the Phoenix Mercury. The Mercury are back at 6-7. That's why I want to talk about this. Daniel Cameron, you're out in Arizona in the 5 and 6 positions now. The Aces can move up with a couple of more wins, but your Phoenix Mercury looks like they're going to start moving down if Brittany Griner doesn't pick up that play in the paint. What's going on with her, man? She should be averaging 35 and 10, especially with her size down low. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, I went to a Mercury game not too long ago, and she didn't even play in the game, so, you know, my WNBA knowledge is lacking a little bit, but, I mean, is she a backup? I don't even know if she's really, like, one of our starters, to be honest.
There you go. Go over to Mark Hayes. You got some more grease on that.
Yeah, she's a starter, but, I mean, you got to look at Brittany Griner. She's she had her, things that happened a couple of years ago, and, she's getting up in age, like a lot of those girls on the WNBA, getting up in age, and when they start aging, they stop playing as well, and so she's one of the stars, but she's one of those stars that is kind of fading away, and like you said, JB, when you're that tall and you're missing layups, maybe age is starting to catch up with her, but she's a talent. She's still one of the faces of the WNBA, and the last game she played here against the Aces, I mean, she came out and played well. She had 29 or 25 points. She was 5 of 7 from the free throw line, 10 of 17 from the field. So she did have a great game against the Aces.
Yeah. But Asia Wilson put that work in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shout out Asia Wilson, the best player in the WNBA. So glad that she's here in Las Vegas. Let's talk a little bit about the Caitlin Clark thing. You got Indiana down in the cellar at 4-10. Oh, boy. She didn't turn the tide there. They've got a couple of issues as far as personnel. A lot of folks aren't liking the coach. They don't think she's using the right lineup. I think they're going to have to go back digging at the top of the draft. But when you go into the whole situation with Caitlin Clark not getting put on the Olympic team, having issues with players in the league, basically battering her on the court, when you go into that perspective, do you think that maybe this is one of those seasons where she'll come out stronger next year? Got to maybe wait on her homegirl Paige Bruckers to get here from UConn. That will be a 1-2 punch in the backcourt right there. You get Clark and Bruckers. That is a plan maybe Indiana has to beef up that backcourt with some of the better or the best ladies college basketball players in recent memory. And, with Paige staying at UConn, she's got to come out next year. I think if the Indiana Fever end up in the bottom half of the WNBA, that's going to be their draft pick. Go ahead.
One thing about this WNBA and this Caitlin Clark frenzy is, it was the same kind of frenzy she had in college, which, everybody kind of started to adapt to. And in the pros, even if Caitlin Clark has a bad game, she's going to get publicity. And when she has a great game, she's going to get publicity. And the WNBA has always been trending in the right direction. I think Caitlin Clark just kind of, put a little bit of some steroids into everything that's happening with her and the WNBA. And this Fever team, you got to think too, JB, the last 2 years, they've had the first pick. And there's a reason for that, because they've been bad when it comes to records. They got Boston 2 years ago from South Carolina, and then they get Caitlin Clark this past draft. They're trending and being in the top 3 or 4 next year's draft as well. So,
right, there you go.
You're gonna have 3 or 4 players on this Indiana team that was in the top 5 in picks.
Right.
So
sounds like a coaching problem.
Maybe it's not a player problem.
It's the coaching.
It could be a problem where the coach and the ownership got to look at themselves in the mirror and go, you know what? Maybe we need a coaching change, new voice to get these players going. Because if you've watched the Indiana Fever, I went to the game when they played against the Aces. Mm-hmm. They don't play cohesive as a team. They play more or less like, okay, I'm going to pass the ball to Caitlin and we're going to watch her. Or I'm going to pass the ball to Boston and we're going to watch her. So they do a lot of staring instead of playing. So I think that's one thing that the Fever is dealing with right now. I don't think they have that voice where I seen an interview with the coach and she's, you can't teach character. You can't teach hustle. No, you can't. But if you're a coach, you're never supposed to say that, because that's your job, is to get the best out of these players when it comes to hustle, when it comes to intensity. That's what you get out of your players as a coach, because athletic ability, they came to the team with that. So I think the coach has to start taking a little more responsibility for this team being 4-10. And she can't, I don't think she know how to handle this Caitlin Clark thing.
So, got to get to work.
Yeah, she has to probably start being more responsibilities on how this team is performing. They're 4-10, and you got one of the best players, if not the best player to ever play in the college basketball. And now you got her with Boston. That's 2 of the top players in the last 3 years. So maybe the coach needs to start looking and taking more responsibility. I think this Fever team, no matter what Caitlin Clark does, good or bad, she had 7 points and she was still in the media.
Well, there you go.
She had 3 points and they did a big interview with her because she got left off the Olympic team. So everything she does is going to affect this team. And I think that's what's happening. This team is being affected by the Caitlin Clark frenzy, and they coach may not be able to handle all this hype, because they're getting hype even when they're losing, JB.
There you go.
They're in the microphone in the head coach's face talking about Caitlin Clark in a loss. How much of that can the coach deal with? I wouldn't be surprised after this season they fire her or she retire.
There you go. It's going to happen. Let's jump over to Angel Reese, the other big-time rookie. She's got Cardozo as well in Chicago, but another pedestrian record, 4-8. She didn't make the Olympic team. Cardozo started off on an injury, playing like a supermodel out there, strutting down the court, not getting as many rebounds as we thought they would. But you look at Angel Reese, I give her some credit here. She's playing like a true warrior out there, taking nothing, dressing like her idol, Asia Wilson, with the one leg strap there. But you talk about the Chicago Sky. They're a team that can play, but they were in the news for something stupid with that Chinity girl knocking Caitlin down. Won't go too much into that, but when you talk about play, I think Chicago is trending up. If they can get a couple of more wins, they're playing the bottom half of the WNBA coming up in the next couple of weeks. Do you think they can get the double digits right now at 4-8? But only way to go is up at the 8th position. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Reese is playing probably out of the 4 or 5 players that were drafted. I think Angel Reese is playing the best basketball. I think she's playing the best and the most consistent basketball.
Right.
When you look at her stats, I mean, she's averaging a double-double every game. Last game, 10 points, 14 boards. So she's playing consistent ball, and Cardozo's coming back from her injury. So I do think Chicago is trend. I mean, when you look at 4-8, you got to look at each game, and they've been right there in every game. And so I think this team is trending upwards. Their record don't show it, but when you got Angel Reese and Cardoza, two really good players, I think once they get going and that rhythm gets there, I think Chicago, to me, will be in a better position than the Fever.
There you go, Daniel Cameron. I know you're chomping at the bit, still on the line with me here out in Sedona, Arizona. Some final thoughts from you on the WNBA. We'll take a short commercial break, come back, and jump around some more of those baseball picks, talk a little bit of hockey here. Again, the Florida Panthers on the line tonight. You can watch those games on Fubo TV. Download FuboTV.com/JB. That's where you get the 15% off. And 7 days free. All you need is a Cash App card or some form of debit card. No installation, no credit check, no hassle. Daniel Cameron, you're still there.
Yeah, I'm here, yeah. I'm a much bigger Angel Reese fan than I am a Caitlin Clark fan. I think she's a better leader. I think she's a better overall player. But, that's just my thoughts on that. So...
There you go. Daniel Cameron, thank you for your thoughts on that WNBA. Again, you can check it out here. TC Martin every Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. for the Las Vegas Aces. He goes into the WNBA, all the sports, but he is their voice for all the home games on radio. And I'm the boys here on the weekends. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. When I get back, we're going to finish out the show. Final plays of the day. Give you some more opportunities to get with Mark to get some of those show tickets we got coming up here on his shopping show coming on Monday through Friday, 9 to 10 a.m. I'm just having a good day, man. I'm giving everybody shout outs. It's a good day. You guys keep it locked here with me. It's Saturday, JB the Ticket. We're going to finish it up and put that cash in your pocket. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
It's time to wake up and win the weekend.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket. Giving you that grease.
Join me every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time for the live action on Vegas Scoreboard Express on KSHP 107.1 FM and AM 1400. Dive into the game day with my in-depth analysis, expert predictions, and winning plays from the sharpest minds in sports betting. It's more than just placing bets. It's about securing wins. Head over to jbtheticket.com and be sure to tune in to KSHP this weekend from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time to ride the winning wave with VSX. Tune in and get your money back from the sports book. All money, all sports, no bull.
Missed the live show? Subscribe to Vegas Scoreboard Express on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, and wherever you enjoy your favorite podcast and radio listening. Our troops overseas will always miss their loved ones throughout the year. Let them know you miss and support our troops by sending a care package. This message is brought to you by New Age Reglazing, proudly serving our area with reliability and excellence. For all of your bathtub reglazing needs, call the professionals at 702-808-9499. That's 702-808-9499. That's New Age Reglazing. On the air, reminding everyone to please send a military care package.
Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
I'm back at you live on the air. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. We got about 10 minutes left. We'll probably get out of here in the next 5 because I got a few things to do. And that's the beautiful thing about doing the show live each and every weekend for you guys. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time, Saturdays and Sundays. Give a shout out to my main man, Dr. David Schoonover, the Mind Coordinator. You guys are going to want to stay tuned in for that. We still have shows coming up for the rest of the summer. VSX Digital Sports Network. Daniel Cameron, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Gonna get your best plays of the day. My main man Mark Hayes here, alive in studio with me. Also want to give a shout out to the two Rons, Ron Third Down Best Bets and Ronnie B out here in Las Vegas over at the Rampart Casino, still rocking with JB the Ticket. And they're giving you picks out there live for what they do. But let's do around the big board today. Best picks of the day. I'll start with you, Daniel Cameron. It can be hockey, baseball. Try not to give any NBA because it's not till Monday, but see what you can come up with. Best place to make some money today. Go ahead.
Yeah, so today is not a day to play defense in hockey today. I like the over today. The Oilers know they're going to be going home, or it's over for them if they don't score. They're going to be motivated to score. The Panthers are going to be motivated to score more than play defense to end it. So I like the over today. And then in baseball, I like the Braves today.
He likes the Braves in baseball. Likes the over in the Florida Panthers and the Oilers game. Again, Daniel Cameron, thank you so much for stopping by. DSportsLedger _ is where you find him on the Instagram. Mark Hayes, what's your best place of today? Go ahead.
I'm taking the Panthers. Let's finish. I had Boston last night to finish. I think the Panthers finished the series tonight. Stanley Cup champs heading back from Edmonton. They're going to head down to Florida, and they're going to do it big in Florida in the next week or two.
There you go. I'm taking the over in the hockey game. Again, if the Florida Panthers can get it done tonight, they will be Stanley Cup champions. And I'm going with my hometown Mets today. I'm going to take them to a +2.5 on the run line. Again, it may be expensive, but it's all about chalking up those wins. So again, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show this morning. I'll be back tomorrow. Scotty Beam 'em Up Webb should be back tomorrow. Sunday baseball with Scotty Beam 'em Up Webb. My main man, Daryl Harris, give him a quick shout out. Thank you so much for your support. CBS 8 KLAS and the D Sports Hoopster podcast, or you know exactly what I'm talking about, The Hoops University. But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep it locked here. Mark Hayes, any final shout-outs before we get out of here? Go ahead.
Nah, shout out to you, JB. Shout out to the show. Shout out to Dr. Schoonover. Shout out to the whole crew here, man. I love you guys. TC Martin, Brian Shapiro, Pushing the Limits, the German show, the Italian-American show, Here's to Your Health show. We got so many good shows. Make sure you tune in to KSHP, AM 1400, 107.1. And don't forget about the radio shopping show. Save those deals at KSHP.com each and every day. And big shout out to my staff, Michelle, Justin. Let's keep rocking.
There you go. You know what it is. VSX, KSHP. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JP the